Why everyone thinks the market's crashing, but it's not. Let's break down what is really happening. Stick around to the end and I'll explain the secret to selling your home in the current market. So, is the real estate market actually crashing? Many people seem to think so, but it depends on who you talk to. What we're seeing is that it really depends on the micro market and the differences can vary significantly. Today, we will explore why the media is so heavily focused on some key areas and tends to promote doom and gloom as a narrative. As we all know, doom and gloom equals clicks. Controversy and negativity capture attention, unfortunately. Is the real estate market actually crashing? It feels like everyone's saying that it is, but what's really happening? It depends entirely on who you talk to and more importantly, where you're looking. What we're seeing across the country isn't a crash. It's a massive divide between micromarkets. Some areas are sliding, others still holding strong. You've probably heard now that the epicenter of Canada's real estate crash in 2025 is primarily in Toronto, specifically the condo market. So why is everyone so convinced that the sky is falling? Simple, because the media is focused on a few headlines. Toronto condos, downtown pre-construction, and over-leveraged investors. Yes, don't get me wrong, it is hurting out there, especially in some areas more than others. Prices are definitely tanking in high-rise towers, especially in Toronto. Inventory is at record levels. At this current pace, it'll take over 5 years to sell the current condo inventory in Toronto, but that's just one market. Here's the bigger picture. Yes, some Canadian cities are softening, but in Greater Vancouver, it's more complex. Detached homes in the suburbs, well, they're still in demand, especially in family-friendly areas. Townhomes and duplexes with suites, they're getting scooped up. Smart buyers are targeting homes with extra rental income. Yes, sales volume is down overall, and by quite a bit, but motivated sellers are still selling, and well-presented homes are still getting strong offers. It's not a crash, it's a confidence dip, mostly driven by rates and fear. Don't forget to watch till the end, and I'll tell you how to sell your home in this current crazy market. Fun fact, May was apparently the slowest on record, going back as far as the records go. Now, I can't remember if that was Greater Vancouver or Canada in general, but it is still a disturbing number. Even back in the days of COVID, when we were literally locked in our homes, we still sold more properties. June was apparently the second slowest on record. Funny enough, I actually did pretty well during those months. I mean, there's a chance I might even break a record this year, but that was due to extreme levels of hustle. July's data wasn't released at the time of this recording, but I'm assuming it was extremely slow for sales. Prices haven't really moved much in 2 years. They fluctuated up and down, and it literally looks like a little mini roller coaster for Greater Vancouver. Over the past year, in Greater Vancouver, the peak of the market was the spring of 2022, and funny enough, the bottom of the market was December of 2022. Greater Vancouver, over the past 2 years, the median sale price has barely moved. Note that I said median, which is not to be confused with the average. A simple way to understand the median sale price is that it's the most common price paid. For example, in Greater Vancouver, the median purchase price is $985,000, as in $985,000, while the average purchase price is $1,275,000 and change. The average price also has not gone anywhere drastically over the past couple of years. Now, I apologize for those listening on Spotify or other various listening platforms. Please take a look at my YouTube channel if you would like to see the graphs. However, they don't really show you much aside from a little roller coaster with minimally dramatic effect. Now, you might be asking, Jesse, why the heck is my home not selling? Well, many sellers are still held up on prices from early to middle of 2022, or they're priced for a spring market that literally never came. Now, here's the trick to selling your home in the back half of 2025. Stop pricing like it's summer of 2022. Start pricing for today's reality. If your home isn't staged, well marketed, and priced properly, you're going to sit. Your listing will become stale, and people will start thinking there's something wrong with the property, neighborhood, or even you. Buyers are not in a rush. Buyer sentiment is extremely low, thanks to our government, but the right buyers will move fast if they see value. I'm still seeing bidding wars, and I even just had one on a $2.4 million listing of mine. This market rewards smart strategy, not wishful thinking. Make sure your realtor is a rock star who knows how to run a proper CMA. A CMA, which is the acronym for Comparative Market Analysis, assesses the value based on the most recent comparable sales and establishes an accurate price per square foot. This is used to assess the listing price. You must look at past sales, but more importantly, also look at the time they sold to calculate the market fluctuations into that price per square foot. Now, let me give you an example, and you are going back to 2022 and you're pricing a home for spring of 2023. There's no point in picking up a comparable from May 2022 and another one from December of 2022. Those two, the pricing is off by a mile because of the fluctuations. You can still use them as comparables, but make sure that you make the adjustment in December for the changes in the market comparing to the listing in May. For today, you want to list your property at the most recent comparable sale or 1 or 2% below. Properties that are sitting on the market are listed 3 to 5% higher above the most recent comparable sale, and they are not going to sell, at least not in this market. Then what happens is when the seller finally comes back to reality and tells their realtor, hey, we finally decided you're right, we need to reduce the price, it's going to be too late. They've missed that market. Now they are going to have to reduce the price by a substantially larger scale. So at the end of the day, by trying to fetch a higher price and getting greedy, ended up costing them a lot more money. More than ever, a pricing strategy is key. It's important to make sure your home stands out with staging and proper marketing. Tune in to an upcoming episode where we're going to go deep in that. Why your home hasn't sold and what to do about it. If your listing's gone stale, don't worry, there's time to turn it around. For those watching, use this QR code to reach out to me anytime with your skill testing questions. Pop me an email or DM and I'll send you a report of which areas are crashing the most in Greater Vancouver. Call me anytime with your questions. Please like and share this video with someone now. Book a time to have a confidential conversation with me anytime you like. Grab a copy of my best-selling book, Rockstar Real Estate Investing, on Amazon for more in-depth knowledge. That's all for now. Thanks for your time.